Now sharing the screen. Okay, everybody see my screen. So basically, today we have take some hands-on experience to connect the MongoDB with our application. So we have write a simple card operation API, REST API example to access our data, modify our data, and represent our data into a simple UI. So today we are using the Node.js. Okay, so this is JavaScript framework that we have used to write this code operation API, REST build API in today's session. So we have using these three models. So Node.js, Express, and MongoDB. Okay, so Express is a web framework for Node.js that support the different routing, middle layer, view system. So that use the Mongos to communicate with using the Node.js to modify your data objects into your database. Okay. So this tutorial I picked from one of the sites. So we just go through the example. Okay. We learn the things required things from these particular articles. Okay, and then that we have apply on our own data, so that you have already done in previous two assignments. So today so these are the operations we will performing that you see the any of the website or the web application. These are the methods you have used to modify the data or get the data to represent in the web application. So these are the methods. These are the different endpoints that we have created to our application. Okay, so now this is a sample example that we have used. There's a tutorials that we have already discussed the different scenarios or different data sets that you have already chosen, like you use the book inventory, movie inventory, or the any other product inventory. Okay, so on the basis of that you can modify your application. Okay, and you can rewrite the same thing. Okay, so this is our project structure, how the actually project structure is look like. So first is app directory. That app directory contain the configuration directory that contain the your database configuration that used to connect to your MongoDB. Then controller that control to your routers, means that main application handler, that whatever the queries or whatever the request you send to the your application, that controller controls that, and it route or the communicate to the model. So second then modules, that modules is the data layer. Okay, and then it contains all the modules that you define to store the information inside the your DB. Then routes that you specify these all the paths. Okay, so whenever you perform the operation using the UI in your browser, so whenever you hit that particular API, so use this endpoint that is a route for the your application. Okay, and the remaining are the node modules that required for the, your application, that automatically directory is created. The package directory that contain the all the information about the your projects, means what are the dependency packages, description, commands that you have run, and this is your server file that you run the your server. Okay, so let's we have create our app directory. So that app directory contain the everything inside that. So we go to the our folder. Okay, so documents study ADC. So this is my directory. So let's consider I am creating mkdir ADC API. Okay, now after that I need to initiate that directory structure. So there is a command, it's npm init, so that automatically initialize the your structure. Okay, whatever the file minimal file required for the your structure, this package directory is automatically created. Okay, so he asked the few information, so you put the appropriate information on your console itself, like name, version, description, what that project is point. Then test commands that you need to specify. If you have the repository, then you can use that repository. Keywords that used to search engine perspective. So what are the different keywords that you have used for your application? Whenever your application go live, the Google search automatically pick that keywords and listed the your site on the result. Okay, and then author. So author, the who is the creator, and then license. There are different license, ICS, MCA, freebie. So you can choose that accordingly. Okay, and just enter the details and save it. So let's try npm init. Okay, so he asking me the project name that we have created. So let's consider that directory already we have created. So you can give the name REST API, sample REST API. Okay, so no longer for capitals. Okay, sample REST API. Okay, version, that's the it specify the is my first version. Description, this is simple REST API using MongoDB Express. Okay, MongoDB Node.js, MongoDB and Express. Okay, entry point, we can specify our server.js that you should run your server. So default is create index.js, but we have created the server.js. Okay, the command that we need, repository we don't have right now, so we not specify that. Keywords, let's say Node.js, Express, MongoDB. Okay, author, let's say key PUC. Okay, and same that. So then after that it created the one JSON document file that in created inside the directory that you have already in. So this is your package JSON they have created, they have specified. If is not okay, then you just type the no, otherwise you can say oh yes, and then the file is created. If you see that the package directory is created. Okay, now after the package directory is created, now we need to require some modules that necessary for our project. Okay, this app. So these are the models we have required. So we have installed that using npm module. So before the starting this project or the application implementation, we need prerequisites things that Node.js is installed in your machine. Okay, that is a prerequisite. Then here we required these are the packages that express Mongoose. That Mongoose is a connector, is an application layer that we are using to connect to database. Okay, then body parser and cross, that's the cross domain request that we have sent. Okay, and minus minus save, that it means the save dependencies into our package. So previously, okay, so we don't have the any packages dependencies or the development packages in mentioned inside the our package.json. Then after that, once you do this command in your directory, that node modules directory is automatically created, that save all the required local packages inside that directory. And if you see your package.json, okay, so all the dependent packages they have mentioned into your package directory. Okay, so whenever you release the your projects, so we cannot push or you cannot push into our repository node packages because it's the take a lot of space. That's why we just require packages we have push into our repository. After that, whenever you pull the that project into your local, then you just run the command npm install. Automatically, whatever dependencies packages you mentioned into package.json is created in your local directory. Okay, is there any question, doubt? So you can ask me. Okay. So after that, that I have already show you that all the JSON file that created the required. Now set up the Express web server. So now in your root, then we need to create a server because we mentioned what is our starting point for our server. So we need that file inside our project. So right now we don't have that server.js, so we cannot run our Express server on our machine. So we have create that. Okay, just touch command is the sorry. Okay, so it's a RESTful API that whatever the application, okay, your user interface communicate with the backend data. So that application, there is a simple different application layers they have written. Okay, some of the SOAP APIs, the software as a service. Okay, that's the XML form. Now REST is a JSON form API that you can post and get the data in form of JSON. Okay, so in deep, whenever we write the APIs, then you can understand that how actually the REST is working. Okay. So now we create that server. So this is touch command, that file is created. Now I'm using the editor, that the code editor, that is very easier to add the file, write a code. So I need to add our workspace into this editor. So here is my that, so I will add this file. Okay, once I add, so I have access this file through my editor. So this is my project for directory that I have added, and all the files and that we have show here. Okay, so now what the things we need to add. So this is a code that we have required. So first we have import the required modules. Okay, so what we required, so we required Express, body parser and cross. Then we can create instance of that particular Express model. Okay, so we have copy paste this file, and then I will explain the each statement why what is the that code does. Okay. So we require this one. So just I'm entering this. So Express, so we have imported or required that. So we have create one constant variable for that. So after that, body parser, we required to parse our JSON, whatever the data come from the request that come into text form. Okay, So we convert to parse that body and get converted into JSON. Okay, so that we require. Next, cross domain. So we have cross domain requests that cross. So we have used to avoid the pre-flight options like post APIs that we need to browser security to, we cannot post directly data through the browser. So you need to use that to pre-flight the first optional, and then you can make the request. Then express that app we have created this the app, then we using this instance express instance we use to different parameters to set up. Okay, so now here is my accessing endpoint for through the my browser. Okay, so this is my option that origin I have mentioned. So whenever I am running this server, so I accessing the server using this. Okay, so after that, this is a context JSON parsing request that we require. So use that. So whatever the information you send through that particular API, it converted into JSON form. Okay, so because you send into JSON application, that content type, that read it and respond, it's the same thing. So then URL encoding decoding, that your application you append some special characters or the form post data, so that you can use that. Okay, upload the files, that you need to use this encoding as well at the extension. Now here we added the simple route that we are request. Okay, so let's say ki, okay, so simple route that root application whenever we run this particular endpoint on through browser, so what message you need to see. So this is your starting point. So where is your actual request log render. Okay, and there's a port that we have listening the all the environment. Okay, so if you mention that process.environment in your uh, configurations, then that port is used, otherwise 8080 port is used. Okay, listening for the all the servers. So now let's try to run this file using node server. So now our server is running. Okay, and this is our cross domain that we have make the all the deploy our all the REST APIs. Okay, through this 8081. So now server is running on the 8080 port. So let's try to access that. So this localhost 8080. Once I am hit that, so I see the JSON message on my screen. Okay, so we have not write it any UI application. Okay, the UI to bind with this particular REST framework. So we have look at the backend stuff, that the backend layer that communicate through your UI. So UI is a different. Okay, and this is a core backend side node server that communicate with your data models. Okay, is there any question? No. So that we have already explained that. I will share this file as well, so you can refer this, because this is a open Google documented. That's I'll just explain the brief about how the REST framework we have written with our customized way. This is a sample that we need to use. So after that, we need to set up our Mongo database models. Okay, and Mongos. So now into our application folder, that we need to create a configuration folder that contains our db config. Okay, that I have already show you that direct structure. We need to create the step by step the same direct structure, run the complete module. Okay, and performing the different CRUD operations. So Now we need to create that. So let's consider I am creating the opening the another tab. So server is already open. So now I need to create the directory. So inside that directory we need to create, okay, so vim config db.config.js. Okay, so that directory, inside that we need to add our Mongo DB adapters that we communicate through that. So here I first check my MongoDB is working or not. Yeah, so it not connected because it's not running right now. So I need to run this first. So sudo -s mongos. So now my default, that is the connection port 27017, the default port that we have used, and then you can specify that database, so which database you need to use inside that. So mongos, so show dbs. So right now here ADC database that we have used, okay, for this application. So here we have created this file. So let's I'm using this editor that we have added module. So module expert, okay, equal to, and you just specify that Mongo's module. So you can specify URL colon double quote that adapter and the database name. So I'll copy this. So I just need to change the ADC database. Okay. So now my configuration is, this is ready. So I need to use that into modules directory. Okay, so this is just connector, that configuration I mentioned here. So but I need to use that configuration to write the further queries on the top of that database. So we need to create the module directory, and that module directory that contain the all the modules that you have created, means in the document that you have to create it inside the DB. So that is a layer, is a DB layer to communicate through the database. Okay, so now we created that directory as well. So we need to create folder module module. Okay, so that we need to create the one index file that initiate modules. Okay, so inside that index.js. So more main point is that whenever you create the one index, automatically loaded whenever application is running. So it initialized automatically that index is a, each folder has a starting point. So whenever you mention that, you just mention the index file that, and you export the all the modules inside index, and you just use the single file to export all the modules together. So now here, so we need to define the some db config that we required. So here module that we have added. Then after that we required the Mongos, that the module that we have used to connect the database. Okay, and then write a query on it. So here I just copy these 4 lines. I'll copy after the explaining the things. Okay, so this promising that global promise that you have make sure to get some response from the your data. So now here a DB model, DB object that we have created, and we are assigning the Mongoose model, promising model, and then URL to connect through the database. Then after that, which model you need to access? So this is tutorial, that the collection that we have created, all the tutorials, okay, that required this. So we need to create this tutorial model as well to if currently we don't have. So and then export that DB. So once you export that all the collections comes inside the access through these modules, DB modules. Okay. So now after that we need to create the tutorial. So we have created this file in the same inside the module directory because we need that file to access the server. So now here is the point. Don't forget to call the connect method in server.js because this is important to connect the database. But before that, so where we can call that connect? So here. So that we need to use this piece of code that connect the DB inside our server file. So where is our server file? Here. So now before that, okay, so here I am using here, I have added this, okay, I just beautify that code, okay, so it's showing the properly. So I'm all the required put on the top. So this is a good practice. So whatever the required things or the include things, always top of the file, and then you can use in the below. So here that console print the database connected, otherwise not connected. So after that we need to define our tutorial model. That makes sense. Keep what are the schema you have defined. So I think you all of you have collected your records, right, and inserted into DB. That's the second assignment that I have given to you, all of you. So you can use that schema model, that object, that as a schema, basic predefined schema that you have used to inserted that model into DB. So you create that tutorial. So inside tutorial that we need to add this part. Okay. So here that expert, that Mongoose, that module, okay, then constant tutorial, whatever the modules, that what collection or object you need to use, the tutorial, and the what tutorial contain this schema, the title, description, publisher, okay, and timestamp true. So automatically timestamp is added. So it contain the this piece of code inside the your tutorial. Okay. So now we need to check, okay, that tutorials is a collection that I already told. That means here this tutorials is your collection, and then the field generated, that tutorial, that like ID, that default is generated, then title, description, publish, and timestamp. Okay. So this is a your object that is created whenever you inserted the information into DB using your REST API. So now the schema that you need to modify that schema, you can just modify this module. Okay, so now here the schema method to JSON. So whatever the object you read, you should convert it into object, and you map that object ID and return that. Here is the final look that you need to use. So before here return direct underscore v, so we don't need that. Okay, so whatever the object id, we need to map directly to id and the return to id. So we can override that keys. Okay, so what keys we can exclude through object and what is written. So we can add this, so no one can expose our actual data modules, okay, through UI, okay, whenever they are used. So we need to add these 3 lines, okay, 4 lines before the tutorial. Okay, so tutorial that the module means is the your data object, okay, the document object is a written through you. So this is look like. So now, so this is controller. Now come to the controller part. So right now we just create the database layer tutorial, okay, modules, but we need to control that to perform the operations, save, fetch, add, okay. So that we need the one controller, that controller performing these are the all operations, okay, from your database. That those are the code of functions. They are already supported by Mongoose, okay. So here the I have mentioned the create the tutorial is a object.save method. You can go to the MongoJS, the .document API that you mentioned here, and you can read that tutorial, that what function details if you need identify the further implementation. So these are the functions that we have used into controller performing the operations like add, create, select, single select, update, delete, right? So these operation we need to use. So now here is a controller code that they have supported, but after that we have added the required things inside that function. Okay, so this is a template that we have created to into our controller part. So we before that we need to create a controller directory, right? And that control directory contain the tutorial.controller.js. So here in our application we need to create the first controller directory. Is there any question or any doubt? So you can ask, okay, don't be hesitant. So we'll repeat the session same. Okay, inside that we need to create the one file that name is tutorial.controller. So if you have the multiple collections or the multiple object structures, then you can accessing using the different controllers. Okay, now we need to add this template, then we can go to the one by one and then we add the appropriate code inside that. So just we can define the some prototypes that we have used. Okay, now we need to create the document, so we need to add the functionality. Okay, so here is the function implementation that save the object. Okay, so inside that we have validate the required fields, right? Whenever you post something to your data server, okay, or your backend, so you need to add some validation on that request object, right? If there is a request object come empty or invalid data, you don't need to update or insert that incorrect information. What more need to required express? There is a one module in node http. Why not? HTTP, there are different modules we can use. So we have choose this express that we have supported all the middle layer functionality that we can use. So you can use the HTTP model, okay, according to the your stack framework. You can use the communication model, okay. So some of how the HTTP clients that you can use and write your post method or get method. Let's say your mean stack or Maven tags. So that supported functionality. So use the HTTP clients. So according to your framework, you can choose. This is just an example. The one of the model that we have explained how the CURD API means the REST API is working. Is the application layer is working on the backend side for the your front end, okay, your web application or the any products that you need to communicate or fetch the data from backend. So you need to some middle layer application. So that is your service in short. So we have used there's an example of Express, okay. So you can use the HTTP model, no use, not issue, okay. So if you have better understanding for HTTP, then you can use the instead of Express. So that is the same, just need to be change the whatever the syntax they have supported, okay. So now in create function, okay, so now create a new object, means there is save tutorial inside the database. So this is a for prototype we have already defined into our file. So we need to add the appropriate code inside that and performing the operation on the database, okay. We can use this tutorial, we can write a API and then we can check that API using the Postman, okay. That is a framework that you can test your APIs, okay, request all the methods that supported by the HTTP. So now first validate the request. So let's say there are the mandatory fields in your object, so that should must enter the data into your DB. So you validate that. Let's say title is mandatory for me. So I am validate that if the request body doesn't contain the title, then I will throw the status error that is a bad request, okay. So it's a 400 status. So according to your status you can send the message is you cannot content cannot be null or empty, whatever the message you need to send. So we have added this part into our create application, this, okay. So create tutorials that we have create object, okay, because we need to already export that modules part, right, DB models, and that tutorial is our object module. Now we need to assign that object to that tutorial model. So now create that tutorial model, and then after that we can call the save method that we pass that tutorial to save method, and then whatever the results come it sent back to the your application, okay. If there is a error comes, then we can set the appropriate message for that. So now this is the complete code that we have create the one tutorial inside the application, okay. So I am just beautify this syntax, so let's see the proper way. Okay, so now we have completed the create module, okay, create controller, the create the object inside the DB. Now next, so retrieve the object with the condition like the find all. So here that request come query title, so condition is, and you can search that particular title inside your DB. So we have created a regular expression for that, okay. So here is the condition that we have created. So here just check that the title is not empty, means that the single line if else condition, or the you just pass the empty, the whatever the empty is written the complete data to your record. So here regex, that tutorial, the keyword that we have create a new regex expression, and that the ignore case, that option you can specify multiple like G, M, whatever the options of normal or regex frameworks provided, they all the supported. So you can specify that flag whenever you create the regular expression. Okay, so now we need to add this find the all document with the some particular title. If title is not specified, then complete set of documents they have written. Okay, okay, so now, so next find one. So you need to retrieve the single object. So on the basis of request parameter basic id, we have specified the doc tutorial id. So basis on that id you can retrieve the information. So here the sample example that you can request parameter contain the id that we have checked that id through our router. Okay, so that we see in whenever the router part is okay. So now find that function that apply on the tutorial model that id, and if you find, then you can return that. Okay, now update the object. So same thing that you can check the body there is empty or data, you cannot update that. Or now you can check the which id or which particular record you need to update, that id should come, and that id and whatever the body object you have sent, we use find modification flag. So this is a update the tutorial. So here we can push that update. Okay, so now delete the particular tutorial. We specify the id, so we need to delete that. So whatever the id you have mentioned, that tutorial should be deleted. So they have first find and remove. This is a function implemented in Mongoose that they have find that particular id and remove that, and after remove it's in the successful method. Now delete all that you can delete the all the uh, records from your collection. So we have added that, and then find that the publish, that publish true. Now find all the object by the condition. Now I need to check that those have the published tutorials, so we need to find that. So find all by publish, so we can get that. So accordingly your requirement, you can add the controllers to access your information. Okay, and you can write a queries accordingly. So our controller is done, that controller content. Okay, this controller that totals the whatever the pagination or current page, they have written the pagination also. You can find in detail pagination model that they have mentioned the project that guys written this particular document. Okay, now we need to define the routes that actually you need to perform the operation, okay, on that controller. So this is the API endpoint that you specify after the your web URL. So what is the endpoint? API tutorials that perform get, post and delete operation. Okay, then API tutorial by particular id, specific id. So you need to pass that id. Okay, and then performing these three operation: get, put, update, and that delete. And if you want, this is a published, that just get API that supported for this. Okay, so now for that we need to create a route directory, because router is actually mention the way which API you need to call that. So we have create a route folder into our projects. So create a folder routes, and then I need to add the file that contain all the tutorial routers that we have performing the operation on that particular collection. So here is a module that we have call that function. So I will explain the line by line what actually that function does. Okay. So now here this is tutorial controller, that tutorials, and we need to perform the route operation. So whenever the post request come, okay, so create tutorial, that we need to call that create function. So this is a function that controller calls, and whatever the post body you have sent through that particular request is saved into your database. Okay, so and then we can use this is our route. Okay, whatever the API route tutorials is our route. This is the basic default route they have used to retrieve all the tutorials. Okay, and then represent on your screen. Okay, now here we need to include the router also in our server, because before the listening we need to load all the route to our application. So we have added that, because if you not mention that router you cannot access that. Okay, here simple route that we have already mentioned here. Now I don't need that, so we comment that, so it directly go to our default here, the create or the fetch one. Okay, retrieve all the documents whenever you get call. This is a get call. So all the tutorials you can see in your screen. If you use the same thing, so the first route come to okay, and this is your now let's test our application. So now currently we just write the code. Okay, now we can test that. So where is my server that I have created sorry. So I just rerun this. So I found the lots of errors, so we need to figure out key what the issue is. The app not inside the app. Okay, so we can create the mkdir app directory, move config controller modules into app. Okay, tutorial is already declared. Okay, so in tutorial model 22, so you need to be also a debugging skill. Whenever you got the errors, so you can also investigate the issues inside your code. So let's consider. Okay, so that we can check the directory structures in the same. Okay, app directory contain this, so we need to move the routers inside that to. Okay, so let's check that modules. these all the directories get deleted because okay. So modules, now tutorial. So what the error throw tutorials is already used. The identifier tutorial is already declared into server 9 number in the schema module. So I need to check the server file that just a minute. I need to verify the code that we copy. So parser request get, okay. So welcome to the MongoDB modules. So now db config that we need to add into server. Use express and then use db constant module. Now define the tutorial modules. That okay, sorry, my mistake. I have re-initialize that variable. Sorry. So what he made, they have made the schema separately, okay, and then assign to that. So we need to change this. Sorry, my bad. Now so it database connected. So now our all steps are successfully. Now we need to check the REST client. So if you click here, so you cannot get, so API/tutorial. So here is the default path that we have enabled again. So without this you cannot see the message, but if you want to see all the tutorial documents, so you need to access using the tutorial module, or where is the note we have specified that here, API tutorials. Okay, so whenever you hit this API tutorial, there is a no object inside that API tutorial. Okay, this is your API endpoint. So we have used this API endpoint using REST client. So this is my one of the REST Chrome plugin extension, the REST client, that we are performing the all the get port operations. So now here, if I am using get operation, so just use the get. So there is no object inside the tutorial. Now I need to use the same for the post to save the data inside our database. So we can see that database also collection is created or not using the DB queries. So now we need a object. So what object? Let's say key, what are the schema, what schema we have defined. So these are the schema. So this schema defined. So what the value you need to pass? Okay, string, object, or array, or boolean. Okay, so these are the three fields we need to add it here. So but in our controller, uh, so we have the title is a mandatory things. Okay, and that title, without title we cannot save the data. So if I am not mentioning the publish here, let's say I am adding this, PUCHD. This is my first REST API example or project. Okay, and this is a false, publish false. Okay, so now you just said that post method. Okay, so we check on the console as well key what happened, why not. So we add some console log, so why that errors comes. Okay, so let's console dot log request. Okay, so whenever I am hit here, there is nothing come here. Here is the problem. Controller server. Oh, sorry. So it comes here on the object. So what we need to see, so we have added the specific comment. So now currently we don't use the webpack, the auto builds our changes, so that's why we need to run the changes manually. So again we need to run the server, and then again the hit the same. So empty object is going. Okay, so let's check the our module, our router. Okay, what route we have used. Okay, so post we have create this method, but data is not going, so we need to debug that. Why not going? So what is, okay, so I think we have missed the content type. Application JSON. Yeah, so we have missed the header, that is content type, that is validated. Given request is a JSON form. Okay, so now this document is created, and if you want to see here all tutorials, a document is listed into your DB. Now let's check the database. Here is your object also printed, that we have console print. Okay, so db.adc.find. Show these use ADC. So here, sorry, ADC, that we have the collections, so we need to show the collection. So collections. So tutorial collection is already created, right? So now db.tutorial dot find. So now this is our document is created inside the database. Any question, any doubt? Let's perform the next query that we have posted. Okay, so This is the first. We have created documents. Okay. So next we need to get that document. So here now we need to post the more documents so we can easily identify the list. Okay. This is one. We just change the title. PSHD1, PSHD2. Okay. PSHD2 and here true. Okay. So now here we have hit this. So we have see there are the three documents we have seen to our database. So if you check the here find all, so you can see the all the document is stored inside the database. Now we perform the next operation. So first we have see the list of all the tutorials that the API we have done, create the tutorial that also done. Now we can retrieve the single operation by ID. So now let's I want to fetch this particular record only. Let's consider this record. So just I need to mention here this is get API, that's why it's written the directly here. Otherwise you can use here, oh sorry, get, and you just mention that slash ID, so you can get only that selected API. So you can update the particular record. So let's consider we have updated using put. So we need to update the to that description part. So we need to pass just and publish true. Just change. I have updated this tutor, this document. Okay. So I am just send it. Okay, that tutorial was updated successfully. And if I am see here, I see the updated. Okay. So you can performing the all the APIs. Okay. So using title, let's find the all the tutorial that contain the title JS. So let's say here. So how to pass that tutorial title equal to, that's a query parameter. So we can use PUCHD. Okay, so it return all, but if I'm using two, oh sorry, it return only two, so it's searching by title. Now you can also find all the publish. So there is a API publish, it's a get API. So you just mention the API endpoint here, tutorial slash publish. So only those have the publish true, only those document is returning on your screen. Okay, so now you want to delete particular tutorial, let's say I'm deleting this. So I need to go here and delete. You cannot perform the operation through browser. Browser is only get. So now I need to delete this operation. So I get the message deleted successfully. And if I see, there is that document is no more in our database. Okay. So we have almost covered all the points. Okay, I will share the tutorial with all of you. So your next task is you have to write your own application with the reference of this. Okay, with your own data. Okay, and you can mention all the queries, means whatever the performing operations using Postman. Okay, so you can make the screenshot and you can share that, uploaded that tutorial into your module. Okay, so understand the assignment. So I will stop the recording first.